Hey everyone, and welcome to today's lesson, which is Equations Part 4, Equations with Decimals. First of all, let's remember how we do equations. We follow the steps. Number 1, we draw the scale. Number 2, we eliminate the furthest number from the variable. Number 3, we eliminate equally on both sides. And number 4, we do our best to leave the variable alone. Okay? So, if I throw in some decimals, there's nothing to be stressed about. It's exactly the same situation you've been dealing with before. Let's go with 4.5y plus 3 equals 12.9. Oh, sorry about that there. 12.9. Okay? Let's say I give you this as an equation that you have to do. Absolutely nothing has changed. You know what you're doing. Number 1, you draw the scale. Done. Number 2, you eliminate the furthest number from the variable. Well, let's replace the variable with a colored version so I can make sense of everything. Tell me, what number is furthest away from the variable, from the y? Is it the 4.5 or the 3? That's right, it's the 3. So let's get rid of the 3 by doing its opposite. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. And remember, I eliminate equally on both sides. If I'm subtracting by 3 on the left, I need to subtract by 3 on the right. Okay, I haven't touched this. The 4.5y comes straight down. Positive 3 minus 3, well, that cancels out. That gives me 0. I don't need to write it down. Equals 12.9 minus 3. Well, okay, let me go ahead and subtract. And yes, you guys can use a calculator, but you don't need to. Minus 3, remember the 3 goes here. Okay, well, that's going to be 9.9. All right. Okay, so here's my question. Step 4 says we need to leave the variable alone. The variable is not alone right now. It's next to the 4.5. Next to, with no sign in between them, it's multiplying. What is the opposite of multiply? Divide. I'm going to divide by 4.5. And if I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other side. So if I'm dividing by 4.5 on the left, I need to divide by 4.5 on the right. Okay, let's try it out. 4.5 divided by 4.5, that cancels out. That gives me 1, the invisible number 1 that I don't need to write down. I'm going to bring down my y. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and using my calculator, 9.9 divided by 4.5 equals 2.2. I just found my answer. Done. I told you, there's nothing special about it. You're just following the same steps that you would usually follow. Let's go through another example, okay? Okie dokie. So, let's say I tell you to solve 6.2z minus 5 equals 26. First step, I draw my scale, I draw the balance. Second step, I need to eliminate the number furthest from the variable. Well, if my variable is z, 6.2 or 5, which is further away? The 5. The 5 is further away. So I'm going to do the opposite of minus 5, which is plus 5. I'm going to add it equally to both sides because I need to eliminate equally on both sides. Okay, well, 6.2z I can just bring down. 6.2z, I haven't touched that. I can just bring it down. Negative 5 plus 5 are going to cancel out. They're opposites. I don't need to worry about that. It gives me 0. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and then 26 plus 5, well, that's going to be 31. Now, I'm still not done. Remember, I need to leave the variable alone, and currently it's being multiplied by 6.2. The opposite of multiplying by 6.2 is dividing by 6.2, and I need to do it to both sides. I need to eliminate equally on both sides. 6.2 divided by 6.2 cancels out. It gives me 1, the invisible number. I don't need to write that down. I'm going to bring down my z. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and using my calculator, I'm going to do 31 divided by 6.2. and my final answer is 5. Boom! You see, even when you have decimals, as long as you follow the 4 steps on the left and you have a calculator and you use it, you will be fine. There's no reason to stress out whatsoever, okay? Let's go through some more examples so you can be fully prepared. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. My computer's going slow. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's do another example. Let's do negative 6 plus 4.3m equals negative 18.9. Oh no, Mr. Pearson, there are negatives. There are decimals. What do I do? Follow the 4 steps. Number 1, draw the scale. Number 2, we're going to eliminate the number furthest from the variable, right? Well, which number is further away, 4.3 or 6? Well, duh, the 6 is further away, right? Okay, what's the opposite of minus 6? Plus 6. And I'm going to eliminate equally on both sides. Okay, well, negative 6 plus 6, those are opposites. I know the opposites will cancel out. Then I just bring down 4.3 m equals, and then you can do it in the calculator or with pencil and paper, which is what you should do. Negative 18.9 plus 6 will give you negative 12.9. Negative 12.9. I'm sorry, I think I wrote these a bit too close together. Let's space it out so that you can see it better. Negative 12.9. Okay, excellent. Now, here's my question for you. Are you done yet? That's right, you're not. The variable is still not alone. It's currently being multiplied by 4.3. What is the opposite of multiply by 4.3? Divide by 4.3. And I must do it on both sides of my scale. 4.3 divided by 4.3 cancels out, gives me 1, the invisible number. I bring down my m, I bring down my equal sign, and I use a calculator. 12.9 negative divided by 4.3 equals negative 3. Boom, there I have my answer, okay? Okay, let's go for another example. Okay, let's say I tell you that 10.3 equals x divided by 4.5 plus 2.3. Oh, whatever shall we do? First, we draw the scale. Second, we eliminate the number furthest away from the variable. Well, in this case, the variable is x. Which number is further away, 4.5 or 2.3? That's right, the 2.3 is furthest away from the x. So let's go ahead and do the opposite to eliminate. What's the opposite of plus 2.3? Minus 2.3. I need to eliminate equally on both sides, so I'm going to subtract 2.3 from here as well. Of course, I don't think I even need a calculator. 10.3 minus 2.3, well, 10 minus 2 is 8, and then the 0.3's cancel out. 10.3 minus 2.3 is 8, equals, I'm going to bring down the x divided by 4.5, I haven't touched that, and then 2.3 minus 2.3 cancels out. I don't need to write anything down. Now I'm nearly done, but my variable is not alone. The x is still not alone. It's currently being divided by 4.5, right? Well, what's the opposite of dividing by 4.5? Multiplying by 4.5. And if I do it on the right, I have to do it on the left. Multiplying by 4.5. So, oh, I'm sorry. The decimal point got kind of swallowed up there. All right, so let's do it. 8 times 4.5 is going to go ahead and give you 36. Bring down the equal sign, and then these two are opposites. They'll cancel out. I can just write my x. That's my answer. X equals 36, or 36 equals x. Now guys, I want to do one last question with you guys because I want to be sure that you understand it before I give you your questions on it, okay? So bear with me. Today's video might be 1 or 2 minutes longer, but not by much. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for it. Let's say that I have 5 equals negative 1.4 plus c divided by 3.3. Step 1, I draw my scale. Step 2, let me identify what the variable is. In this case, it's c. Now, which number is furthest away from the c, the 1.4 or the 3.3? That's right, it's the 1.4. So, what is the... So sorry, we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please bear with me. So we've determined that the 1.4 is furthest away from C. What is the opposite of subtracting by 1.4? Adding. Adding by 1.4. So I'm going to add by 1.4 here. And if I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other side. Okay, 5 plus 1.4 is going to be 6.4. I bring down the equal sign. Negative 1.4 plus 1.4, these cancel out. I don't need to write anything. And I can bring down c divided by 3.3. My variable is still not alone, so I have one more step to do. I need to get rid of dividing by 3.3. The opposite of divide is multiply, so times 3.3 times 3.3. These two numbers will cancel out. Only my c is left down there. C equals, let's go ahead and do what's on the left. 3.3 times 6.4. And there you have it. My final answer will be 21.12. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck on your assignments, and I hope you took good notes.